People often say kindness comes back in unexpected ways, but Emily never imagined that helping an old man in the cold rain, offering him a ride home, lighting his trembling path, would change the entire future of her life and her son's. Because the very next day, the old man returned, with a truth that shattered her past and unlocked a destiny she didn't know was waiting. Rain hammered against the cracked windshield as Emily drove her aging Corolla through the empty evening streets. She worked 2 shifts that day, waitress in the morning, cashier at night, her back aching, her feet burning, but her mind focused on only one thing: her 8-year-old son, Noah, waiting alone in their small apartment with leftover soup on the stove. She whispered to herself, "Just 10 more minutes. Please don't let this car break down again." Her life had been one long battle, abandoned by her husband, juggling debts, raising a child alone. Yet she never let the world see her exhaustion. For Noah, she smiled. For Noah, she kept going. The rain grew heavier, turning the road into a blur of silver streaks. As she passed the old bus stop by the hill, her headlights caught something. A frail old man struggling to walk, leaning on a wooden stick, soaked from head to toe. He shivered violently, his coat plastered to his skin. Cars kept passing him, splashing mud, ignoring him. He looked like he might collapse any moment. Emily slowed down, biting her lip. She had no time to spare. Noah was waiting. Her clothes were wet. She was exhausted. But her heart wouldn't let her drive past. She pulled over, rolled down the window, and called out, "Sir? Are you okay? You'll get sick out here. Please, get in. Let me take you home." The old man turned, blinking through the rain. His eyes were gentle, surprised, almost relieved. "My dear," he whispered, voice trembling. "I didn't think anyone would stop." Emily rushed out, holding her umbrella over him, guiding him carefully into the car. His hands were icy cold, his breathing uneven. "Where do you live, sir?" she asked softly. He handed her a small, worn wallet with an address scribbled on a paper. "I'm Arthur," he said, coughing. I went to buy medicine, but the buses stopped running." Emily tightened her grip on the wheel. "Don't worry, Arthur. I'll get you home safely." The journey was quiet, filled only with the drumming of rain. But Arthur watched her with a warmth that felt deep, meaningful, like he was seeing more than her tired eyes and worn hands. "You're a kind soul," he whispered. "Kindness is rare these days. You remind me of someone I once knew." Emily only smiled politely. She didn't know how those simple words would echo through her life. When they reached his house, a small, neat cottage, Emily walked him to the door, making sure he was steady. Arthur gripped her hand. "You didn't have to help me," he said. "But you did. May life return that kindness to you one day, tenfold." Emily laughed softly. "I don't help people expecting anything back." "That," Arthur said, "is exactly why life will surprise you." She wished him good night and hurried home, unaware that Arthur watched her car until the taillights disappeared, his expression unreadable, almost emotional. The next morning, Emily rushed out of her apartment, late for her shift. Her hair was still damp from her quick shower, and Noah hugged her goodbye with sleepy arms. "Love you, Mommy. Come home early today?" "I'll try, sweetheart." She closed the door, took a deep breath, and stepped outside. And froze. There, in front of her apartment building, stood Arthur. But not drenched, weak, shivering. He was dressed in a clean suit. A driver waited behind him beside a black luxury car. And in Arthur's hands, a brown envelope. Thick. Heavy. Emily blinked. "Arthur? Are you okay? Did something happen?" He stepped forward, his voice gentle. "I owe you an explanation. And something else." She looked confused, almost frightened. "Sir, you don't owe me anything." Arthur raised a hand softly. "Just let me speak, child." He opened the envelope and revealed legal documents, property papers, and a letter written in a shaky hand. "Emily. The woman you remind me of. She was my daughter." Emily's breath caught. Arthur's eyes grew glassy. She died 20 years ago, giving birth to her child. A child who disappeared with his father shortly after. I spent my entire life searching. Emily swallowed, heart pounding. Arthur took a slow step closer. Yesterday, when you told me your son's name, Noah, I felt something. A memory. A picture. A name I had written again and again in the reports from detectives. Emily's world tilted. Noah's biological father had taken him away when he was a baby, but she had never known anything about the father's family. Arthur whispered, voice breaking. Noah is my grandson. Emily staggered back. What? No, that can't how? Arthur's hands shook as he held out the documents. I've searched for him his entire life. And yesterday, when I looked into your eyes, I realized fate had brought me to you. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Emily, you saved me. You protected the last piece of my daughter that remains in this world. Emily's own tears blurred her vision. Arthur continued softly. I'm an old man, and I don't know how many years I have left. But I want to make sure that both you and Noah are safe, supported, cared for. He handed her the last paper. The deed to a house. A beautiful one. In a safe neighborhood. Paid in full. Emily shook her head violently. No. I can't accept this. I just gave you a ride. You didn't just give me a ride, Arthur whispered. You gave me back my family. His voice cracked. And I want to give Noah a future. Emily's lips trembled. Her entire life, every struggle, every sleepless night, suddenly crashed over her. Why would life do this? She whispered. Arthur smiled, tears shining. Because kindness returns when you least expect it. Sometimes, in the form of a miracle. Emily covered her mouth, sobbing. Arthur stepped forward and gently hugged her. Let me be a part of Noah's life, and yours. Let me make up for the years lost. She nodded slowly, overwhelmed. At that moment, Noah opened the door, rubbing his eyes. Mommy? Who's that? Emily knelt beside him, voice shaking. Noah, this is your grandfather. Arthur fell to his knees, crying into his hands. And Noah, with the innocence only a child could hold, touched his shoulder and whispered. Do you want to come inside, Grandpa? Arthur broke completely. Emily watched them, tears falling, realizing that yesterday she had simply helped an old man in the rain. But today, her entire destiny had changed.